Selling your house is one of the most stressful things you can do, and in today's tricky market, it's got a whole lot harder.
We're on a mission to turn unsellable houses into unstoppable sellers.
I'm going to get the best out of the houses.
While I get the best out of the estate agents.
Together, we're going to show you the tricks of the trade to make an unsellable house sellable.
Coming up in today's programme, Sophie despairs at the task ahead.
Oh, this is just dirty. Oh, but this house, it's unbelievable.
And I tell our party-loving homeowners the party's over.
I don't want to sound like your dad or anything here, but that's just tough.
Today, we're in Swindon in Wiltshire, home to the craziest roundabout, which is strangely appropriate, given we've got a property that's going nowhere fast. Today's Unsellable is certainly unforgettable. On the outside, it's painted a dark, burnt red, which makes it stand out from the crowd where the owners haven't had any luck with prospective buyers. It's a 1950s terrace with 3 bedrooms, a large living room and a family room.
It came on the market at £119,000, but has recently been reduced to £99,950.
This house has been on the market for almost 2 years, but in all that time, despite lots of viewings, we're no close to a sale. I want to find out why.
Now, they say you shouldn't judge a book by its cover, so I'm going to reserve my judgment until I get inside.
And I'm going to take a look around town and then have a word with the agent and find out what's going wrong.
Meet Linder and Lee Timms. This very young couple bought their house 3.5 years ago, when Linder was a student and Lee was an apprentice builder. It was supposed to be a shrewd financial move, and Lee thought he could quickly fix it up.
There was far more work than we expected when we moved in. Far, far more work. It was shocking.
We never seemed to feel like we're getting anywhere.
That's why we just kind of got a bit disheartened after about a year of decorating, and it still didn't look any better.
Lee and Linder have now lost all pride in their home, and their friends are only making the situation worse.
We have a lot of friends who still live at home with their parents, and because we're not really fussed about our house, they kind of take the mick and it gets destroyed even worse than it already is.
Now just 25, Linder and Lee feel they have a millstone around their neck. It's not how they saw their lives together.
When I finished my study, and we decided that we wanted to go travelling, and we want to see the world and see everything before basically we settle down and have a family, and now we're stuck.
Completely out of their depth, the situation is causing big problems.
Renovating the house has been the most stressful thing I think we've ever tried. Yeah. And the thing is, I get angry now because the stuff needs done on the house, and I start to feel like one of those couples that we never wanted to turn into. So if John and Sophie could sell it...
It would just improve our relationship so much, I think, between each other.
We'd stop shouting at each other.
Well, this house makes a screaming statement from the outside. Time to see what it shouts on the inside. Eey, it's like an institutional hospital floor. It does match the sofas, though, but I'm not sure that's a good thing. You could make so much more of this good-sized space. 2 windows, so it's nice and bright. It would be brighter if they took the curtain down. I am totally speechless. If I pushed that, this would all shatter and come flying down. And they expect someone to want to buy a house which has had its windows smashed. Oh my... This house, it's unbelievable. I'm really shocked so far. They've obviously started work on this room. The floors are unfinished. The walls are unfinished. There's clothes everywhere. This couple need a real kick up the backside. This place is a joke. Can Linder and Lee really be this naive? Do you know what my first initial reaction is? I don't really want to touch anything because it's all so grimy. The bed's broken. Oh, this is just really, really dirty. Come here. I can see a hairball which is about the size of a golf ball. There is dust here that must have been... Oh my God, I can see another hairball. Hold on. Oh my God, I mean, this is the most... Who wants to buy a house like this? No one. I mean, look, there's a piece of broken glass on the floor. There's 4 years of dust. There's a broken bed. There's dirty clothes. There's, cigarette butts and ash. This is not rocket science. This room is a health hazard. That's why no one wants to buy it. Oof. I thought it couldn't get any worse, and then I saw all this rubbish outside. This is one of the dirtiest houses I've seen in a really long time. There is not a snowball's chance in hell that anyone is going to want to move into this house, and that is why it's absolutely unsellable.
When I arrive in a new town, the first thing I want to do is to get my bearings, and Swindon is brilliantly located.
Halfway between London and Cardiff, Swindon has good road and rail links and great countryside on its doorstep. It's home to 180,000 people attracted by the industrial and commercial opportunities. And there are no slouches when it comes to shopping. There's enough centres to keep any fashionista happy. It's also Ian Fleming's final resting place, and his creation James Bond has filmed here twice. Now there's a recommendation, as approved by 007. The name's Rennie, John Rennie, licensed to sell.
While John is spying on Swindon, this house has left me feeling shaken and stirred. I want to remonstrate, but I need to motivate. So did you put the floor in?
Yeah, I put the floor down.
It was cheap.
Yeah.
Really cheap. So we have a big living room, so we went for the cheapest one.
Which was blue. And it must be good for parties, because you can't, if you spill red wine on this or beer, you wipe it up. Now, is that how that window got broken? Was it at a party?
That was actually me. All I was doing was just like sort of decorating when I was putting the curtain pole up. And I stood on a little stool, and it obviously a wooden floor, and then I just slipped forward and just put my arm into the window.
It's a health hazard. It also doesn't look very good. So you're pretty handy around the house. You could do plastering, like building. So you're the man to have as a husband when you need things done. Is that the case?
Sort of.
We need to do some serious work, and I have to say, most of the work is upstairs.
Yeah.
So, come on. Linda, why do you think this house hasn't sold?
Because none of the rooms are finished.
None of the rooms finished. Lee?
Same.
So, none of the rooms are finished.
And it's pretty untidy.
Pretty untidy. Now, this room, prime example. You've done the plastering, you've done the painting, so you've done all the work, but you just haven't finished it.
Just unfinished again.
Okay.
We thought, literally, we'd come in, strip everything out and redo it all, but as we uncovered more things, it was more and more work, and it just got depressing, really, so we just sort of, in a way, gave up.
And with it, any hopes of a sale. Linda, Lee, you're both intelligent people. You both know what a nice bedroom looks like.
This is the forgotten room.
Yeah, this
Forgotten room? How long has this been forgotten for?
A while.
6 months ago, we moved out of this room into the other one.
Were those the sheets that were on the bed 6 months ago?
Yes.
Yeah.
I rest my case.
It was the whole decorating thing. We were trying to move things about, I was trying to do everything at once, and it didn't really happen.
No. It's not the decorating thing that really gets me in this room. Come, follow me.
Oh, it's the dust.
Now, take this, for example. Look what I coughed up earlier. I'm sorry,
That's off my hairbrush.
but this is just
Really bad.
grim. I mean, look. There's an old cup with an ashtray. There is just really, really dirty.
So embarrassed right now.
You should be, because this is just not... I mean, it's just... No one wants to live in this room.
No, we know, that was the plan. Like, we moved out of this room 6 months ago when we decorated the room we're now in.
Half decorated.
Well, half decorated. But we moved...
Loosely decorated.
We moved out of here with the intention to come back and decorate it, and then...
Moved back in this one and finished that one, but it didn't happen.
No, it all went a bit wrong. We started downstairs again.
Upstairs, these 2 rooms need some serious work. And the real thing in here is the dust bunnies.
The dust, yeah.
And I'll make sure there's no dodging the work this time.
I'm continuing my quest to find out more about the area and why the property hasn't sold. But there's one more step I need to take before I can chat to the agent.
One of the best ways to get to know about an area is to talk to the people who live there. They'll cut straight through the estate agent jargon and tell you what it's really like.
Swindon, I would say it's a small community because a lot of people know each other.
Got the Cotswolds nearby, which is lovely, with the water parks over there. It's not far from Swindon at all, about 20 minutes, I'd say. Really beautiful.
And what about property? Do you think you get quite a lot for your money in Swindon?
Yeah, you do, yeah. you get a lot of property. I mean, we got quite a nice house for a reasonable price. The amount of investment that's come into this town, I mean, this is going to be a place to be seen.
Well, I'm sold. And once the Allsopp touch is applied, I reckon we've got a good chance of making that sale.
Linder and Lee are clearly no strangers to throwing things out of the house. Now that I'm here, they're going to have to take decluttering to a whole different level. I can then decide on my design plan. First things first, this is going to go, I think. So it's a bit dated. It's also not in the best nick. It's, you know, lots of loose wiring around. So this room, we've got to clear out everything. Well, that's one way to get rid of a sofa. That's what I call a great start.
It was Isambard Kingdom Brunel's Great Western Railway that put Swindon on the map in the 1840s. Today, these grand old locos are clearly enjoying their retirement, but Swindon is still an important railway town. In fact, hop on a train from here and within an hour you can be in Cardiff one way or in London the other. I can't think of many places that close to 2 capital cities. Great transport links have always driven Swindon's growth. While the town's housing market has suffered here, as elsewhere in Britain, Swindon is still an affordable area, attracting buyers. I found these unstoppable sellers. 2-bed terrace, living room and separate dining room. Sold for £89,500. 3-bed terrace, kitchen diner, good-sized garden. Sold for £95,000. 2-bed end terrace, kitchen diner, garden. Sold for £109,000.
We're on the road to house sale and redemption. The wardrobes went and the rooms are now ready for a change. That is the last of the rubbish. We can start on the design plan. First off, downstairs, the institutional flooring has got to go. We need to say home from the start, not hospital waiting room. The second bedroom needs to be finished. Linder and Lee made a start, but all that is worth nothing if we don't complete the room, and that means coving. And finally, the master bedroom. This has to go from toxic shambles to a tranquil sanctuary. No one will buy this house if they couldn't see themselves spending a restful night there. So to begin, we'll cover the walls with light neutral colour to make them seem even larger. We'll add a stylish floral print to create character and focus, and paint the floor a white to give it a clean, crisp feel. A well-dressed bed with some fresh linen and some accessories will complete the look.
Linder and Lee know their estate agent Chris well. In fact, he's reduced his commission rate from 1.5% to 1%. I need to get his take on why this house isn't selling.
OK, Chris, so Linder and Lee's house, talk me through how the sale's going.
It's had in excess of 80 viewings that have taken place on it so far. Majority of feedback has come back saying it's either too expensive or they're not too keen on the area or it needs too much work.
You've sold other properties in the area, presumably?
We have, yeah. We've sold quite a few similar properties. I mean, you know, if you want to get decent money for the house, it's got to be in tip-top condition.
So the vendors aren't helping themselves here?
No. It appears on more than one occasion. We've been there, they've got out of bed, you know, 2 minutes before we've knocked on the door and, you know, it's not quite in the best state and they're still washing up from the night before and the hoover's not been run over.
So would you say, hand on heart, that your enthusiasm for selling this is the same as it was a year ago?
Generally speaking, the market is still doing OK. There are plenty of people out viewing houses. We've got to find the buyer. You know, it may be today, maybe tomorrow, maybe in another year's time, but, you know, if you keep going, then, you know, you will get there.
Another year? I can't help but wonder if Chris's reduced commission for his friends is a disincentive to push the sale.
Yes, the money's important, but no, it's wrong to say that, you know, just because we're charging them a cheaper fee, then we're giving it less effort, because that it's not the case.
Can you guarantee me that you try as hard with this house as with the other houses?
100%.
OK.
Chris sounds like he wants to make that sale, but remember, it has been on the market for over 20 months. In today's market, there are some great deals to be struck. Estate agents will typically charge you around 1.5% for selling your home. But beware of hammering them too hard on price, or you might end up at the bottom of the pile. You need a deal that you're happy with and that still gives the agent an incentive to keep pushing your home. Selling your property isn't just down to the estate agent. You've got to play your part as well. Make sure your house looks at its absolute best for viewings. Remember, you're not just selling bricks and mortar here, you're selling a lifestyle. If you've had your property on the market for 2 years with the same estate agent, then it's high time you tried something different. They've had their chance and it obviously isn't working. What you need to do is find a new agent who can inject some passion and enthusiasm back into the sale of your main asset.
When we first met Linder and Lee Timms, their dreams of world travel had been abandoned, just like their DIY jobs, as their party pad home remained stuck on the market for 2 years.
Then the Unsellables arrived. Sophie's first impressions weren't even English.
Oh.
But then we began a clear out and a clean up. Now we've a plan to give this young couple back their dreams.
The critical lesson for Linder and Lee is finish what you start. Selling in this tough market takes effort. We're painting and coving and painting again, and we've even got Lee on the case. I'll make sure he finishes the DIY. Wallpapering in the master bedroom is the fast route to impact and a new sophistication. We replaced the broken window with a new one, and it just shows how dirty all the other windows are, so we're going to give them a bit of a clean. Really important to do that before selling. It just brightens everything up.
Clean windows aside, Linder and Lee need to wake up to their responsibilities if they want this home to sell. I think they also need a fresh agent. I'm hoping a beer will sweeten the message.
The property's been on the market a long time. How do you feel about the way the agent's handling it?
To be honest, they have been fairly good, but we have had quite a few viewings, haven't we?
Yeah.
It just hasn't sold.
I think we lose motivation in getting the house ready for viewings because there's so many that don't turn up and they don't phone us and let us know that they're not coming.
I don't want to sound like your dad or anything here, but that's just tough. One of the problems they've got is that they're sending people along to viewings or taking people along to viewings and the house isn't ready, so, you know...
Twice they've turned up, just twice they've turned up, and it's been... One of them, we weren't even told about the viewing, and we'd had a little bit of a house party the night before, and there was people passed out in the living room. That didn't go down so well.
I think between you and the agents... I mean, you're saying you're quite happy... I mean, I don't know, are you happy with them? Because I wouldn't be happy because they haven't sold your house.
Well, yeah, there is that. I don't think they're pushing it as much as they could do, to be honest.
The big question is, why have you stuck with them for 20 months if they haven't sold it?
Because they're doing this really cheap deal because it was my sister that worked for them.
Yeah, but...
So they only want to charge us 1%, which is less than any other Swindon estate agent.
I mean, 1% of nothing is nothing.
Yeah.
Really. What could you do to actually up your game?
Tidy up.
Keep
Keep it together.
I don't think that the agents you've got are necessarily bad estate agents. I think they're probably very good. But I think there's a bit too much history there, so you've got to think about getting somebody with a fresh approach.
because we knew there was problems with the inside of our house, kind of showing it to an agent that wasn't someone we knew was a little bit embarrassing.
But you said, I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
all right. You've got to get on top of the presentation of the house, and you've got to think very seriously about getting a new agent.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Linder and Lee have got to take all this on board if they hope to get a sale.
It's taken a lot of hard work, but we've just some finishing touches before we can show this house to Linder and Lee. Hand-me-down furniture is great when you're moving into your first home, but when you're trying to sell, coordinating furniture does improve the look of a room. When you're selling your house, don't ignore curb appeal. The front of your home looks really, really scruffy. It might put some people off before they even get through the front door. So get rid of the rubbish. It doesn't cost anything. Come to give you an update.
So how's it going?
Well, we've had to take out a lot of rubbish. We've done some serious cleaning, but we've got Lee coving, so we're going great guns.
Well, I'm impressed to see that you've actually been getting some work done in there. I have been busy talking to the estate agent.
Right.
He's talking a very good sale. I'm not entirely convinced. I think they might have to get a new guy on the case.
Well, the house is going to be ready really soon, so you better get a wiggle on.
Won't be a problem.
Better not be.
While Linder and Lee still debate changing agents, I'm ringing round to see what a different estate agent could do for us.
Office is closed. I love hold music. Don't put me on hold. I'm going to have to ring off. See, that is somebody who's just lost the business. Yeah, hello. Could I talk to somebody in sales, please?
Finally, perhaps I found our man in Lee. He's local, been in the business 20 years and thinks the area offers buyers good value for money. He thinks our makeover will make all the difference.
Brilliant.
Just a few days ago, Linda and Lee were saying goodbye to their dreams of travel. Stuck with an unsellable home where botched DIY met student digs. The features in this house? Hairballs and a dust mite playground. The living room laminate might have been ideal for cleaning up beer spills, but it hardly said homely. Abused furniture told its own tale, while the spider web window was a safety nightmare. But now it's all changed. In its place is a fresh and family-friendly room. A light carpet means an end to sticky floors. Blue walls add some depth and interest. In a room this size, you don't have to stick to magnolia. The checked furniture ties together our colour scheme and completes our cosy living room. Upstairs was definitely student territory. Missing coving, dirty floors, no wonder this room became a giant laundry basket. Not anymore. It's graduated. On the walls we've gone with a size-enhancing neutral colour, with a deep pink accent wall to create warmth and character. The floor's been painted white and we've repositioned the bed to make better use of available space. The master bedroom was a major disaster. Remember this? Oh, this is just really, really dirty. I certainly do. Potential buyers here needed biohazard suits at the door. Now it couldn't be more different. Pulling out the wardrobes opened up the space, and we played this up with neutral walls and painting the floor white. Our floral print wallpaper is a stylish touch. Our complementing bed linen and accessories mean you could be in a boutique hotel. Quite a transformation. I can now show Linder and Lee how a house prepared for sale should look. Come on into your brand spanking new room.
Wow.
Come on in.
Actually amazing.
Oh my God. It looks so different.
Yeah, doesn't it?
What do you think?
It's absolutely amazing.
It's amazing.
Wow.
It doesn't look like our house. So do you think this feels like a home now?
Definitely. I just can't believe it.
So can you imagine keeping this really tidy?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
I mean, now it's nice and everything. It makes me want to keep it tidy.
Do you think the bedrooms were the thing that were the real
The bedrooms
problem?
are the worst.
Bedrooms
definitely.
were the worst, definitely.
Right, well, come on up.
Wow.
Wow.
I think the best change in this room is moving the bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just wish it was like this while we lived here from the start.
I like it.
I
like it.
So do you want to see the next room?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god.
That is well nice.
Oh my god, that's lush.
It is well nice.
So will you be moving back into this room?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't believe how big this room looks.
How big and how clean.
I think the most noticeable things is the work that was started is finished, and it's just so much cleaner.
I think we've got a much better chance of selling the property now.
Wow, Linda's already anticipating that sale. There's no doubt this house is definitely sellable.
It's great that Linda's excited about her house once again, but the real test is to find a buyer ready to stump up the cash for a sale.
Let's see what our fresh agent Lee thinks.
I think the house should sell itself now. The work that's been done on it has been done to a high standard.
What do you think? First impressions?
Very nice. I love the colour.
Yeah, it seems quite spacious, quite light.
This is the main bedroom.
Oh, I like that.
I love the wallpaper. This really makes a statement, doesn't it? Yeah.
It breaks it up as well.
Yeah.
It's nice, it's very light. Everywhere's really light. Like downstairs is really light, this is really light. It's really nice.
Plenty of space for wardrobes and chest of drawers.
You could build something into that space as well, I guess, couldn't you?
Quite easily, yeah.
Gives a contemporary feel to it, makes it look quite spacious.
All around upstairs, it's all neutral colours. It's very easy to adapt to your own personal style.
It's been finished very well. It's a nice property. The work that they've done is good.
That's exactly the response we've worked for.
When I first walked into this house, it reminded me of the student digs, but now it's grown up and like a proper home.
And Lee and Linda have really promised me they're going to keep on top of things this time. If they do that,
Means they can book their round-the-world tickets.
they better get their passport sorted out.
4 weeks on, and the house is looking its most saleable in over 2 years. Now, Linda and Lee have a renewed confidence in their property. They've decided to stay with their old estate agent, Chris, and he's continued to deliver viewers. I hope a sale comes soon so this couple can live their dream and travel.